Hey everyone, we are here to do another SRT group clearing, and it's on the fear of disappointing others. The fear of disappointing others. So let's make sure you're 100% open to receiving healing, and let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Yes. So the fear of disappointing others, which is really, if they get disappointed, that's their expectations, nothing to do with you. But a lot of people I know carry that fear. 0 positive and 100 negative, yes, which is kind of appeasement, really. And we're at incarnational levels. So let's clear that and bring it up to 100 positive, down to 0 negative, and all the way up to radiant up a new paradigm level of consciousness as an absolute minimum. The fear of disappointing others. You can only get disappointed if you have expectations. People shouldn't have expectations of others. It's natural for children to have expectations, an expectation to be loved, an expectation to be fed, an expectation to have, a roof over the head, an expectation to be cared for. And that's normal for children to have that. And that's where a lot of our origins of these behaviors, originate, don't they? They because our expectations aren't met as children. But as adults, we should have no expectations of other people, and because we will invariably be disappointed. It's up to other people how they behave. It's not up to us to have expectations of others. Of course, that we'd like people to behave a certain way. But, it doesn't always happen, does it? So the fear of disappointing others, clearing away. So this is being aired in 2022 on the 21st of December, I think. So I feel I should be singing a Christmas song to torment you with. How about In the Bleak Midwinter? It's not really overly religious, is it? So that's probably a good one. In the bleak midwinter, frosty wind made moan. Sorry if you're in Australia for this one, because it'd be warm over there. Earth stood hard as iron, water like a stone. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow. Chart 5. In the bleak midwinter, long ago. Codependency, yes, absolutely. Ooh, and self-punishment, yeah. So let's clear those negative motivations away. Codependency and self-punishment at all levels of consciousness in chart 3. That's the only verse I know from that carol, Christmas carol. You'll be pleased to know. Is it Christmas Carol in the Bleak Midwinter, or is it just a winter seasonal hymn? Can't remember. I think I'm going to get my guitar out later and have a little strum, but don't worry, you won't be subjected to that. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's a good job I don't play the trombone or something, or trumpet. I think my neighbours would divorce me. Right, where are we going? Chart 6A, which is master programs and discordant energy. Inside right, failure. Inside right, excesses. Fear of disappointing others, interesting. Outside right, separation. escapism. Do they have past life roots? They do. They'll just clear all of those away. Master programs and just going to end all levels of consciousness. Thank you. Actually, the fear of disappointing others is a good one to do around the Christmas time, isn't it? When you're giving gifts. Oh, brilliant, a gift. Tears the wrapping paper off. Ah, great. Just what I wanted. Not. That's so selfish, isn't it? That's so selfish. It's such a selfish time, material time, isn't it, these days, Christmas? But you know, the interesting thing, when I think back to my childhood, and I was always spoilt at Christmas, chart 6B, blocks to positive expression. I was, you know, very blessed with material things. But as a child, blocks to acceptance, let's clear that away. All you ever want is to be told that you're loved more than anything else. You're loved. You are enough. And that's the greatest gift to give, isn't it? You are enough and you are loved. And it's funny, I don't remember the gifts I was given at Christmas, but do you know what I do remember is the memories of my mother making the Christmas cake in advance and stirring the Christmas cake and mixture, and my mother making the Christmas puddings and the smells. You know, we remember things like that. We remember the innate stuff, don't we? We remember the smells of things. We remember the food. We remember the things. We remember the family gatherings. We remember I remember my various relatives coming down from up north, and we would play silly games around Christmas time. And those are the happiest memories I have. Not what I received in terms of gifts, which of course was wonderful as a child, but the silly games we'd play when they were like, you know, my aunt and uncle were there, my parents and the rest of the family. We'd all be playing, you know, if you're on a desert island and you had to get all these things with one particular letter, you know, games like that. Or we'd all sit around the dining room table and play Newmarket card game with 2 packs of cards, and I can't even remember how to play it nowadays, but it was the joy of that. And then we'd all have a slice of Christmas cake later on with a pot of tea. You know, it was just lovely. It was just so lovely to have those kind of memories, and that's what you remember about the seasonal times. It's the coming together, isn't it? Looks like chart 8A, which is inner archetypes. Right, anything on the inside? The paternal archetype. Anything else? So let's clear the paternal archetype. That's interesting. Bring that back into balance and harmony, please. Right, we're next. Oh, there you go. I'm not being moved on. I'm back to the internal archetypes again. And the maternal archetype. So let's clear and balance and harmonize the maternal archetype as well, please. So it's that mother and father, those archetypal energies. Bring them back into harmony for you, for your highest good. Straight over to chart 27, which is learning is fun, which is learning blocks at spirit level. That's a big jump over. Learning is a continuous process, so let's just clear those blocks away to that without going into any detail. So your teams will clear everything else that's in between. Okay, we ready for mop up? Yeah, so a short clearing this one. So let's go to mop up, where the bulk of the clearing takes place by your teams on the other side of life using their 200 plus charts. They'll clear everything else that's there. Just a few things that you needed to see and know about, but the rest gets cleared by your high self teams and your committees as well. You have spirit committees as well, working on your behalf at all times. Lovely. Okay, anything else to clear? No? Soul happy, high self team happy, will it hold? Soul free, good. Where are we now? Fear of disappointing others. 100 positive, 0 negative. That feels much better. Wonderful. All at radiant love and parallel level. Fandabidosi. Fantastic. So have a lovely time, and you know the score, what you have to do after, and just rest and allow those old neural pathways to fall away. And I'll see you on the next clearing. If you have any comments to make that are constructive, any suggestions that are constructive, please send them, put them down below, and I'll see you in the next clearing. Bye.